Deion Sanders, aka Coach Prime, has done a lot for Colorado football and transformed the program. So why isn't his value being recognized the right way? Why did it take talks with alleged situations with Jerry Jones and the Al Davis situation with Raiders for contract talks to start again with Rick George in Colorado?
Let's hear from Deion.
But is there a chance that you could head to the NFL?
I know where you're going. you trying to go viral, right? Yeah. If I respond, you know we're going viral, right?
I know, right?
You know what? The only way I would consider is to coach my son. Not son. No. Sons. Okay.
I think we're going to go viral with that.
Yeah.
So that's not a no.
Well, I love Colorado. Now, I love my Buffaloes. I love everything that we're building. I love everything that we're doing, and I love Boulder, Colorado. I do.
Does it look like I'm bothered? Cheers.
Today we're discussing trust, respect, the new contract extension talks with Deion Sanders, and why Colorado football needs to stop these undertone talks on the value of how they treat Deion Sanders, because we know there's no way in hell that Colorado football is mistreating Deion Sanders. Or at least that's what we think. So I think it behooves them to give him the right offers because he hasn't signed it yet. Well, the breaking news earlier in the week was that there is contract extension talks with Colorado between Deion Sanders and the team. Deion even went out his way to call leaving Colorado a blasphemous situation. Now, I need you guys to understand the historic things that were done in Colorado, at Colorado that is. Deion Sanders and the Buffs sold out season tickets in 2023 and 2024, but 2023 was the first time in over 2 decades and a half, meaning 27 years it spanned for them to get a season sold out. I know in the 21st century you wouldn't even believe that, but he sold it out, and this was only the 10th time that the program would get a sellout throughout their history. So hopefully you guys could read this. I'm just going to continue with it since I know the story. Now, Sanders had been given this $29.5 million contract with Colorado, but he has exceeded expectations to the point where immediately contract talks needed to be negotiated right away. When reading these articles and reading what Joe Klatt said, I absolutely agree with him because this is my pondering thoughts. Deion has outdid almost all these notable coaches such as the Lane Kifftons of the world. So I think it's obvious that he deserves and earned, not even deserved, he earned the contract extension talks, especially when they thought he was going to the Cowboys or the Las Vegas Raiders. I think, and what I've been saying, this was absolutely a move to negotiate and increase your standing with the university, because as we all know, it's what have you done for me today, not yesterday. That's the business of things in which this capitalist society goes by and what we live by.
Appreciated, underrated, but the best. Yes, now I cross my chest, I'm impressed. No, I don't stress, cause you know I'm staying blessed. I'm coming, baby. I told you now I can't. The lights don't blind me. See, I'm used to the fame. Prime, been prime, I'm before my time. 7-figure hit away back since '89. Been good to me.
I mean, this is crucial. breaking down Coach Prime and the standard that he has galvanized the leaders, the faculty, all the staff basically. And I didn't even talk about the players yet, but with emphasis I said, you damn right, he even got the players adjusted to the point where they won 9 games. First time in the last 20 years, over 2 decades, that Colorado football has done this. While paying attention to the article and looking at these applicable things, you can clearly see how he has revamped the entire institution, not just football program. I mean, never forget about the revolutionary explosion that happened at Colorado, from ticket sales to revenues. They've never seen this before at this Power 5 in Boulder. So we're not gonna belittle ourselves and act like what Coach Prime did is what every other coach is doing. Maybe the only person to come reasonably close to that was Nick Saban, but that's through alumni giving him money. He's getting far more resources than what Coach Prime has. Coach Prime has done far more than all these coaches with far less resources, less help, and in a smaller market compared to these bigger schools like Clemson, Alabama, Georgia, and yet people still choose to dismiss all these actual things that would have been talked about in a new biop movie if it was another coach, maybe even a complexion of protection. Now, what Joe Klatt is saying, he's telling us that Colorado has offered Deion something that can't really be refused, meaning that it was the big bag, ladies and gentlemen. He was offered something monstrous as a deal, and this is all alleged because only Coach Prime can know what actually has been offered to him. Everybody else, including me, we're just going through speculation and what's actually out there. Is it actually factual? Well, that's something that we would have to speak to Coach Prime, or he would have to put out. But in all fairness, if he hasn't signed a contract yet, is it that it's not up to his liking? Or is it situations with the NIL? We know Judge Wilkins has done this new situation for college football where now the school has to be the one responsible of paying the players. It used to be through the NIL department, but Reggie Calhoun has been promoted to cover the new brand of Colorado football as far as paying players. And the budget for the entire school of all athletes, not just football, would be $21 to $22 million. I mean, speculations could never be the alleged concept of what the man has actually done and benefited the schools and the power that may be that leads the school. To anybody that's mad that Colorado and Rick George broke the contract so they can early decide to give him an extra extension instead of waiting another year, well, I say to them, if Colorado can reap the benefits to what Coach Prime brings, merchandise, TV, national spotlights, all that, blue chip caliber players, then I think it's fair to say, why can't they pay him accordingly? So I love the fact that Joe Klatt is putting out there, they're trying to give him the biggest bag possible for a Colorado football coach. Now, I will be fair for Colorado. I see a lot of people sprinkling the race tactics and saying, oh, it's because he's black. And I'm here to tell you guys, Colorado football has hired several black coaches. See, a lot of people don't actually speak about that. And I'm not talking about assistant coaches and the team guidance advisor. No. Actual head coaching jobs at the helm of things. This has always been what Colorado is about. I'll be the first one to say it. They don't really look at the complexion of protection. They look at who's the best fit for that position.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Daddy inspired me too. I know.
I didn't know that not having my father figure in my life was a trigger for me that pissed me off, yelling at my wife. And she was like, well, Vince, I think you really need to go talk to your dad. And I have that conversation with my dad to say, I forgive you. And Ask him why. Why were you not here? To hear that from him directly, to have him in my life now, I think that took a lot of pressure off me as well.
And I think as you really get a chance to look back and kind of reflect on yourself and your life and what kind of makes you tick in the right way or the wrong way. Props to you for making a step and being able to do that about your attitude, your approach. It's got to feel great to be able to be in that place.
Yeah, man, I'm winning again. Take mental health seriously. If you don't, you might hurt your loved ones. Every time you step out your house, give out positive energy. If you can do that, you're going to be great.
I don't think I ever said this publicly, but I lost most of my family because of success. When I was in the streets, trying to box and be in the streets, and I'm showing up to the family function high, everybody was cool with me. Mm-hmm. When I was drunk, everybody was cool. Oh, look at him, they laughing, it's a joke. But when me and my wife start elevating and we start putting boundaries in place, like, nah, we ain't gonna do that, man. Hey, y'all can drink at y'all house, but I don't drink no more, man. God took that from me. I don't wanna, it became an issue. Even with my faith, I started putting boundaries like, man, I can't do that no more. That's your business if you wanna do it, right. But I just can't do it. It's hurtful. Yep. But what I learned is you gotta let God have his way, because he's listening to them conversations that you're not privy to. He knows people's hearts. We may look at him like, that's my sister, that's my brother. Yep. He know the heart better than us. Yep. So when God removes somebody, we gotta let him go. So I gotta cry, do what I gotta do, but I gotta let you go over there until your heart change, if it ever changed at all. Yep. Or else God gonna say, I tried to tell you. It's hard losing people, but you gotta choose your heart. Because you either had a heart of creating boundaries and letting people gossip and move on and your circle gets smaller, or you could choose the heart of not saying no, not having no boundaries, and you look up and your money ain't right at the end of your career, or everybody got stuff and you looking like, bro, I ain't got nothing. I bought everybody a house, I got everybody a car, everybody got vacation, but now I ain't got what I'm supposed to have and I can't fight no more. Yeah. That's hard too. Mm-hmm. So my thing is, it ain't no easy road. We just got to choose which heart we want to choose.
Hey, YouTube family, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button. Listen, player, hit the like button, cuz it's free. Snap on the like button ASAP. Now, addressing the disrespectful treatments from fans and haters and the media, as far as things that we gotta call out, the stigma, the stereotypes, let's just call out the subtle biases. Because if this was any other coach, nobody would be having issues with that coach seeking out what their value actually is. But because it's Coach Prime, the hate that's thrust upon unto him is like no other. My thing is, if Colorado recognize what they have in Coach Prime, why are other people going out their way to overly criticize this coach and speak on their own piece involving Coach Prime? Why don't you understand the situation, see what it's there for, and see if it makes sense or not, and then critique? But to critique just because you're mad this hood guy is passing past the people you look up to and doing it his way, not following the typical formula, it gets people mad. They're not ready for this type of change because the climate and what we're seeing right now is not what they were brought up on, meaning that guys like me and you and Coach Prime was not supposed to surpass what they look at us as, lower and disenfranchised people. Now, obviously, not getting an extension done, the ramifications could be a costly one for the University of Colorado, so they will drop the bag. Now, let's have a heart-to-heart talk with the leaders of Colorado. A lot of people in Colorado has reached out to me prior to this contract extension negotiation talks, and they've told me a lot of things, such as one of my buddies, Electrics. He let me know as far as what Colorado failed to do through the chancellor, through their committee board, as far as they didn't want to bring Deion Sanders to the school because of what he was or what they're afraid of. Remember, let's not make the race thing, because they have hired several black coaches. But what this possibly could be about is being too cheap. We have to understand that in order to have change to anybody of any ethnicity, you have to change the mindset. If the mindset is not changed, then the same thing is going to be done repeatedly over and over, just remaining stagnated. And that is a level of insanity, regardless to how you look at the conclusion of things. Now, let's summarize this quickly. Deion Sanders is not a regular coach. He is a cultural icon. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a culture icon, a proven minister of the word of the Most High. Since I was in elementary, I've seen what he's done with the word and tongue of the scripture. It is what it is. Now, when you read it in red, God has spoken. I get called the Deion Sanders Glazer every day. Meanwhile, DJ Academics or any celebrity you guys love can talk about a particular topic or subject and you praise these people. But because you dislike Deion Sanders, if I speak anything good about Deion or Colorado, instead of you unsubscribing or just don't comment on our videos, don't even click on it, you galvanize yourself into the comment section to say the most derogatory things to me, a man who you would never say this to in real life. Many people you won't say it to. Thus the reason why you have a troll account and you troll all day for free.
But your prime sexual followers, who all live in Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, who have never been to Boulder, Colorado, a little less to Colorado, probably don't know what snow is unless it's a snow bunny.
Now, let's not be like these scrubs in the comment sections. We're not going to diminish the worth of what Deion Sanders is because he comes from the hood like the rest of us. I got news from you. Even the Kennedy families came from the hood originally. The bootlegger gang, many prominent people and faces of America held around the world has come from that soil, the mud, the one we call what people avoid every day. They look down on, they frown upon. Well, over here, we're winning. And we tell you to turn that frown upside down, meaning to smile. Let's be honest, it's not just Colorado, it's the media, haters, and everybody, including supporters, to treat Deion Sanders like the asset that he actually is. Because in reality, this is not even towards Colorado. It's just in the ineptitude of the media, fake journalists, just all these things. Let's just be honest. If Deion Sanders was a male individual, these things wouldn't even be out in the open until it actually happens. But when it comes to a brother trying to get his check, everybody seems to count somebody's pocket. I'm gonna do like a Malcolm X. Get your hands out of my pocket.
Who simply followed Deion because he has a big name influence in a black community. Let's just keep it funky.
I'm going to reiterate my main points once again. Listen to me, guys. Deion Sanders has transformed Colorado football to something basically unparalleled to any other program's value as far as that. Let's just be honest. It's time for Colorado to basically step up and pay him the right bag that he's valued at and what he deserves, but really what he's earned, and treat him with respect because that's what's given and what's earned. Hasn't he earned respect? Hasn't he earned what he has done for everybody else? Let's just end it with a call to action just like this. What do you guys think in the comment sections of Colorado? Should they give Deion Sanders a big bag that he should get? Should the proportion size be small, medium, large, like a fast food center? Let me know, guys. Like, basically, I need the comments to be honest. Don't be trolling. Now, we know in this channel, the trolls get their 15 minutes of fame, meaning that nobody grown here gives a damn about their hit pieces, the things they call us, we're glazing or whatever, because those people are glazing me. This is why they're here every day to hate. I need you guys to be truthful and honest and let me know if Deion Sanders is deserving or not. Speak truthfully. It's the only thing that can ever set you free. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I tell each and every single one of you guys. This is bigger than football. It's deeper than football. Look, I tell you at each and every single video, love your family, love your kids, and stay blessed.
I've been broke so many times.